been thinking about the left and how a culty their side of the political aisle feels. And let's just say the right also has it as well. But on the left, a lot of them don't have a God. Or at least they think they don't. They don't think that they have a religion. They don't think that they worship anything. But in fact, they do. And what you see what they worship is hilarious to me because I feel like I worship the one true God, Jesus. But for them, they worship their genders, their political hacks. They worship the government, safety, and this whole LGBTQ agenda. They love this stuff. This is like their written word. This is their truth. This is their way of life. And no other than this video right here. And this is a video of this woman. Sorry, I'm not totally sure what she is. Let's pull it back. Politically correct. But she has created this whole video of her in her wheelchair, electric wheelchair. Not gas powered, not up in here. She created this whole video so that she can ride on her gender colored sidewalk. This is like Christians going to Jerusalem and walking the steps of Jesus. This is the same thing for them. So I want you to keep that in mind. This is like, you might think it's silly, but this is their God. And when you put it in that aspect, it gets more serious. And like their ideologies are more serious. And when you see them and they're like, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris no matter what, they don't care because that is their God. Like if there's anybody that's going to attack their God, they will do everything in their power for not to happen. And they will do everything in their power for their God to succeed. And so the LGBTQ agenda is their religion. It's their good book. It's their Bible. And so here's this lady, and it gets pretty funny though. Here's this lady, sorry, they, them, non-binary. I don't know. I don't know what this flag is. I haven't memorized it like you guys have. Like some of us memorize scripture from the Bible, and then some of us memorize LGBTQ flags. It's all the same. Okay, here's her filming this. But I think it's hilarious. Whoa! Whoa! Shh! Okay, after enjoying some music in the park, the Pride Parade, when the Pride Parade was finished, so see, she's already saying, I went to church, I heard a sermon, I also tithed and worshiped, and now I'm going to walk the streets of other LGBTQ followers. Okay, and so she's, after enjoying some music in the park when the Pride Parade was finished, she walked the street of her own gender. It's beautiful. It's literally the most beautiful thing ever. I can't play this because she has copyright music. I wanted to get some video of the crosswalk that was painted last year. Oh, I thought this was a hate crime, okay? Don't you dare do any skid marks on that. I'm not talking about poop. Okay, here we go. I wanted to get some video that was painted of the crosswalk. So here she is, having a great time on her own gender crosswalk. Imagine the empowerment she feels. Imagine the power she feels in which she can freely roll across the street. On my way to a friend's shop. Do they know you're friends? Don't say that. On my way to a friend's shop, I had my camera on and recording. Okay, that's like the weirdest thing ever. I'm just recording all the time. Just in case some right-wing MAGA extremist tries to get up in my face, I can make content that I can get paid for. Yeah, it's all just organic, and I happen to be filming at this time. I had my camera on and with a 360 angle so that everyone can be in the shot. I had my camera on for the recording, for the sole purpose of recording the painted crosswalk. I'll save the end, for it gets even better at the end. So her whole purpose was to make the trek for her religion to walk on the street that was once painted. And here's where it gets weird for me, is because I've been trying to figure out who is the pastors of the left, who are the preachers, who are the ones that are in charge of the LGBTQ+ agenda. And it was so obvious. It hit me in the face, especially with these words. Here is the pastors of the LGBTQ agenda. These people are the orators of their cult. These people are the ones that are selling the books, that are asking for your donations, that are wanting to gather up and spread the good news of the LGBTQ plus freedom. So here she is. Here she is, telling us exactly what I'm already believing. And this is at a Waltz and Harris rally. So you know this is what Kamala Harris is running on. You know this is who she endorses, this kind of ideology. So here we go.
I'm also a mother of 3 beautiful adult children, and they are all teachers like me.
I raised them up rightly. I raised them up in the church. I raised them to think well, so much so that they've also become pastors of the day. So much so that they've become worshipers like me. Keep listening. I mean, like when you reframe this kind of stuff, things just kind of open up in different ways. You might be like, Derek, you're a conspiracy theorist. How dare you put on the hat? Put on the hat. Let them know. Let them know you're being a conspiracy theorist. But I truly believe that this is like their theology. So here we go.
And they are all teachers like me.
I'm a proud mother. I mean, it's the same thing. It's like having a pastoral father and their son or daughter becomes a pastor of another church. Think of the pride.
Growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a teacher because I saw education for what it really was.
What is it?
The greatest instrument of social justice.
Oh, so it's the greatest instrument to spread the good news. And I can't like emphasize this enough, how insane that is and how it like kind of brings into perspective of the grooming thing. Violet says, it is pretty accurate way to describe it. It absolutely turns into a faith. I mean, they say, I believe blank, that part where they don't see it as ideology when pushed in schools is wild. Well, exactly. Matt Walsh kind of disrupted a lot of their theology when he said, what is a woman? And they were like, a woman is a person that identifies as a woman. He's like, okay, what are they identifying as? And it's like, whoa, that's hate speech. Because it's based on faith. You just believe these things. I believe, like, this is what they think. I believe that if someone was to identify as a woman, they are in fact a woman. And you're like, what is the grounds for that? And it's like, I believe that. This is what I believe. I believe that I am non-binary. You're like, what does that mean? This is what I believe. You're like, okay, believe. And that's why they're so fixated on this word belief. Like, even Kamala Harris is very fixated on the word belief. It's like, believe all women. Just believe them. Have faith in them. Put your heart into them. Pray for them. Let them know that you are here to support them and worship them in whatever avenue they sing, and and just listen to them. It's insane. Violet says, maddening that these people used to push back against Christianity in public schools, saying that schools shouldn't push ideology. Real quiet with that. Yeah, well, that's why they hate Christianity so much, because it goes against their ideology. Where their ideology is more of a postmodern, where it's like, you know, your truth is your truth, and who am I to challenge your truth, because your truth is based on your cultural context and your historical background, based on like your social support and all that kind of stuff. And then for Christians, it's like we have this book, and that's where we put our faith in, and that's what we deem as objective truth. And so there's a lot of faith in Christianity as well, where it's like you can't explain it. And so they're doing the same thing. Okay, but let's go back to this video. So here she is, just walking the same steps of her Jesus. And now she is getting ready to cross the street. And she has a moment that goes down in history. But I was glad to extend, but I was so glad I had an extended selfie stick even higher. Because I caught this from many angles. This is like the moment she's been dreaming about. And then she goes, and then just waits for the car to start rolling. And then she goes, you know what? I know in her peripheral vision, she saw this car coming and was like, I'm going to go for it because I am the moral authority of the day. Thou shalt bow before me, even if thou was in thy car. You shall stop at thy sidewalk. And I will give her the benefit of the doubt. She does have the right of way. But also, you can get run over and die. You're already in a wheelchair. Don't make things worse for you, okay? Not everyone can see wheelchairs coming. It's like motorcycles. Here she is. And then the car's it's just like a horror movie. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, wait, horror movie. Horror music. No.
Here she is. This woman is about to cross the street. What she doesn't realize is her death is impending.
No! Watch out! There's a car! Ah! Whoa! The stare down happens. She avoids death and should be thanking the white guy in the back that saved her life. Unbelievable. That is not, look, it's a white supremacist Trump voter. Saved your non-binary ass. What's up, Queen? What's up, Find and Fix It? She had the 360 cow. She did. My truth is more truthier than your truth, says Violet. Yeah, exactly. My truth is my truth, and my truth is my truth, and you must submit to my truth because my truth is the truth. And this guy might have saved me. Look how close this is. Let's get some more nightmare music.
As she crosses the street, she doesn't realize there is a car coming to absolutely demolish her ass. Watch out! This woman is so thankful for the Honda response time and braking.
The slow motion, and it bumps her. It's just a love tap. She should be thankful. It's like, I support you as a human being, and I support you as being non-binary. Just a little tap, a little Honda tap. It's like, you feel that? I'm here, and I support you, and I'm queer. Okay, here we go. And then just a little tap. Look, I like the look back. Don't you dare hit a woman. I love people that shouldn't be talking start talking and like, you should not like give people a look back. You should be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm in a wheelchair. If you get in your car, you'll probably beat the crap out of me. I apologize. But she's like, I'll fight you. Like, I don't want to fight you because it's like hitting a 90-year-old. You know, like it's wrong. It feels weird. But please don't look at me like that because then I'm gonna have to make a decision. And I don't want to make that decision. Hey, unbelievable. Maybe don't wear so dark of glasses and you can see, lady. But again, this whole video was to show that she had her own sidewalk that she could drive down. And again, it's not a religion for her. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. So keep that in mind when you guys see these things. I think it's important. Teachers are the pastors of the LGBTQ agenda, and they get really hyped when their kids become teachers, little orators of the day. And that when the LGBTQ people see their own colored sidewalks, they get so freaking pumped. They're just like, holy crap, this is a good day. My sins are being forgiven. I'm being washed by the waters of my own non-binary flag. This is literally their God. This is their religion. Just keep that in mind when you see this stuff because it becomes more real. And it makes more sense when they get so overly emotionally angry about the stupidest things. And you're like, why are you so angry that some dude called you a man when you identify as a woman? Like, who gives a crap? People say crazy stuff to me all the time. Like, you just like ignore it. And they're like, oh, but that's my God. And my God is my truth. And my truth shall be defended.